Fredrick Jr. was just 20-something when the doors were locked on the mansion for the last time. All the staff were gone, and a bedsit above a hardware store was the best his family could afford. "Don't worry. All will be fine. You'll see," Fredrick said as his father sat head in hands. "I will look after us all. I am well educated and can get work to help out." It hadn't gone unnoticed that his only son had paid attention, checking his investments, even mentioning he should do this or that, depending on what was visually displayed. In fact, had his father paid more attention to his warning and had taken his last advice, they wouldn't be in the plight they now found themselves. Hedging his bets was how his father described it. But Dad, the mine was faltering, so the financial index indicated, stopping when his father shook his head. But sometimes, son, they suggest that to prevent the likes of me stacking up a fortune." Well, that was history, and this was now, and Fredrick picked up the gauntlet his father laid down. Determined not to make the same mistakes, studying every second, he became familiar with practices less lucrative and engaged in dialogue with others more than happy to pass on their tips for success, thinking nothing more would be achieved by this rather fragile but good-looking young man. How wrong they were. It took time for Fredrick Jr. to work his way up the ladder, but gradually his suggestions were taken on board by his superiors, and his reputation grew. Unable to contain his enthusiasm, he strived tirelessly, working out the odds, but with hindsight of the pitfalls a wrong move could evoke. He used guile, practiced when speculation seemed unwarranted, watching as his colleagues made the same mistakes as his father. He was, however, mindful of his own limited abilities, so he researched every aspect of stock market trading. It hadn't gone unnoticed by his associates that the flair he portrayed was inherent. His father must be in the background. The traders, not confident his son was working alone, gossiped. "Not so," Walter, his close confidant, advised. "His father is a recluse since his downfall." He moved his family to the outskirts of New York, to a quiet, exclusive avenue lined with orange blossom trees and neatly trimmed birches. The 6-bedroom house, although more modest than the palatial residence sported by his father in his heyday, was desirable by many standards. "How can we afford a place like this?" his mother questioned, unaware of his success, as his father did his bidding without speaking. Promising himself to stop trading the moment his goal was achieved, Fredrick began considering his next move. Changing direction when the time was right, his investments reaped a fortune, enough to find the lifestyle his father once craved and accomplished but lost. Fredrick, now a master of timing, waved New York Stock Exchange goodbye, without looking back. The world's our oyster. His excitement fell on deaf ears. Nothing could console his father, who was now in a constant state of quiet resignation. "I'm afraid your father is quite ill and may need constant care," his mom quietly whispered. "I will sort it." Fredrick lifted the phone. The senior residential estate was a peaceful haven of people needing professional help. "This is a beautiful place. Everything to make you well again," Fredrick confirmed, to no reply. "He will be fine," his mom consoled, seeing her son's distress. A bungalow was built in grounds of the home for his mom to be close by. He kept his own home for his return from the Middle East, his latest exploration of choice. "Go enjoy yourself. You deserve it. We will be fine," his mom encouraged.